Hello, here we are back once again. I just have to use my torch. It's a little bit dark because the front camera I'm using is not letting in enough light, so I'm using my torch at 1200 lumen. So the first thing I want to talk about is this. Now, for me to get to what I need to get to in life, I have to make a change in my life this time. I have to make it this time. So what I decided is that I need to start changing up how much time am I actually gonna be cycling, how much time I'm gonna be walking, how much time I'm gonna be taking like transport like bus and train, because at this moment when I think about it now, I truly feel that I want to settle down, have my family, have kids now. So I want to kind of get myself on that point where I feel like, okay, now this is what I want. Now it's about making different changes in my life. So when I think about it very carefully, how things are at this moment, I need to kind of think about, okay, if you, like for example, I know I love my bikes, I know I love being on it, doing what I like to do, but if you're always on the bike, there's only bike what's going to expand. So I can't always be sitting there cycling this thing forever. So I need to know when that time comes is when to make that change in my life where I'm like, okay, this is what I've got to do. These are the changes I've got to make. So at this moment, when I think about it very carefully, that I need to know when to ride, when not to ride. I need to start doing different things in my life. I've never been clubbing, I've never been out partying, I've never done none of these things. Like, I haven't even been to a restaurant, never in my life. I've never done none of these type of things, so you would have thought that I would have done these things, but I never got the opportunity to do none of these things. So when I sit down and think about it carefully, I said, I need to be on the same page with life. I need to like put away the passion and just like, I need to make a change and like, dude, I need to do what I need to do, because when I think about it carefully, I don't want to be just focusing on bikes and like the stuff that us men like to be into. If you're into gaming, or if you're into your football, rugby, cricket, hockey, or I don't know, whatever thing that gets you going, boxing, kung fu, Muay Thai, whatever it may be, or whatever the things that you're into. Sometimes when I think about it carefully, I need to put my attention in different places. I need to start exploring different places out here. I need to start going different places. I need to start seeing different things. Even places that I just see in everyday places, and I'm like, oh, I'll just pass it. Oh, I can't be asked. I didn't want to go. So times like this, I need to be like, you know what? Just go. Just explore these things. Just enjoy your life. Like, you're only here once of what we're aware of, and why not just get out, just enjoy and see life differently, because what you focus on is what expands. Where your attention goes is where your energy goes, and chi follows mind. So when I think about this very carefully, the main thing is that I need to do is simple. What can I do to get myself in a better place? What can I do? So I need to observe myself, look at myself and be like, okay, I need to make a change. What's the first thing I can change? Let me take a look at the way how I look. Okay, I had a beard, I cut off the beard. Okay, if these clothes ain't doing it, go into my wardrobe I am right now, change the clothes. Okay, so start getting myself in healthy, get myself nice, change a lot of things about myself. If this don't work, just keep implementing, making changes. And once I find that right place where I like, okay, this is the right part for me, where things are happening. So it's about me not just being how a cycle on the bike, but to understand up here, go out there, enjoy life, explore life, and take it to the best that you can, because at the end of the day, we're not here forever, so we gotta invest in the right things, because this time is rolling away, it's not coming back, and we're getting older and older and older and older by the day. So we need to know where to do the right things and where to invest it, because once you spend 1 minute, you ain't getting that minute back. You spend 1 hour, you're not getting it back. So it's always good to invest it in the things that really truly matters, and it's all about being on point. You have to be on point in life. You have to. Being on point, you have to. So for me now, I need to start doing different things. Try some football, try some rugby, try some basketball, try some cricket, some tennis, some hockey, some ice skating, some roller skating, some skateboarding, or get back into sports, get energetic and cover different fields, because different fields have different type of people. If I go into football, I may meet a woman who's into that. If I go into cricket, I may meet a woman into that. If I go into basketball, I may meet a woman who's into basketball. If I go into skating or ice skating, whatever it may be, what I mentioned before, if it's canoeing or abseiling or rock climbing, you're bound to meet different type of people. So for me to meet different type of people in my life, I need to be aware that to meet these type of people, I have to be changing different frequency. If this is bike frequency, where my lip is, what am I expecting to attract? Now, all the people that I attracted on bikes, that was years ago. That's when the days was good. That's when it was brilliant. You could say like back in my golden days, like actually like golden days, right? In the golden days of when it came to like phones, when it came to the bikes, games, like when everything came out, like when you saw like Tamagotchis, when you saw the Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Digimon, Beyblade, when you had the little alien things that in the little jelly thing, like all these things that you can think about what came about. The days when you used to go to like the restaurant, or if you went to like I don't know, people who go to like a bagel shop, or been to these type of places. Because for me, when I used to go to the bagel shop, I remember how the chef used to be. When you used to go to a certain place, I'm like, wow. I remember back in the days when I used to go to the pizza shop, I remember how the pizza used to taste like, whoa, I used to love the pizza when I used to taste it now. But I mean back then. But it's not the same how it is now. So for those who goes to restaurants and them places would know what it was like when you was going back then to now, like the different changes. So back in them golden days, like there's so much things that was coming up. Like you had those O2 XDAs. I remember when color screen phone came in. I remember when we had 2G, 3G, the NEC 3G phone with the rotating camera. I remember all these type of things. I remember when Sony Vivas came with the 720p camera. I remember all these things that came out. I remember all of them, the original Xbox, Xbox 360, and stuff like that. I remember when PlayStation 1 came out, PlayStation 2 came out. all the Nintendo consoles, all the Game Boys and everything like that, like the PSP, and I remember all these type of things. So I remember back in the day when I used to be on a computer, you used to have to use a floppy disk. I remember the days when you had the cassette players, and when the tape used to get twisted and everything, you had to try to pull it out and fix the tape, but it was never the same. I remember the CD Walkman that you had, and then if you jog it, you should skip tracks, and it came the jog proof run. And then I remember days when we went to MP3 player, and I remember all these days with the Sony K series versus the Nokia N series with the Carl Zeiss lens. I remember all those days when all these things was coming out. Remember those days you can chat to people. Oh my god, look, I got this Pokemon card. Oh yeah, I got this. Yeah. I remember those type of days when like, yeah man, like you can actually get on with everyone. But now we've gotten to that point where it's like all that's changed now. So it's not the same no more. So at this moment, it's just me just focusing on in one of those places there, she's there. So if she's not there on the biking, try the anime. If she's not there on the anime field, if I go to like all the anime conventions and stuff, like the Anime Expo, if I don't find her there, okay, I'm gonna have to look elsewhere. If I don't find her on the gaming field, look elsewhere. So this is all about just switching to different places to see where you go and see how these things happen, because most people now that I see right now, the only thing they're focusing on is family. So these guys are like, I'm putting friends aside, put everything aside. To me, it's about my family and my kids, my family and my kids, my family and my kids. So most people I see now, if I go see them now, it's like, oh yeah, I gotta look after my kids. Yeah, my family, my kids. So these people probably won't even see probably for 20 minutes or even half an hour. So before you realize it, now I'm sitting there realizing, yeah, I'm by myself now. I'm on my own now. So anywhere you're going now, like even when I look at my phone, sometimes you don't even know should you even send a message to anyone, because everyone else is all doing what you're doing. So even if I message one friend I haven't spoke to in years, say, yeah man, I'm good, I'm just busy. I would love to talk to you, but I'm busy. So unfortunately got to that time where I have to focus on myself. Now I have to improve myself. Got to find my woman, got to have my kids, got to move on, go on holidays, explore, live life, like do more things with family. These are things I've got to do now, because if I'm just here like this, then regret is definitely going to come for me. So I have to make sure that everything I do is on point. So whatever you do in this life, you just have to make sure that you do it nice, you do it good, and anywhere you want to go, you have to make sure, okay, this is what it is, this is what I got to do. Alright, let me make a change and let me do something nice. Because as long as we stay the way we are, we're never going to go nowhere. So that's why in this life I decided that the only way I can make it in this life is to act now. Not wait until, oh, let me do it next month. Let me start next year. Next year I'll come a new man. Do not wait for New Year's Day. Oh, this is my New Year's resolution. When New Year happen, I'm going to be this new person. Forget New Year. Don't even wait for that. You don't need New Year to become new person. That new person can start this very moment right now. And that's what people are not telling you. Don't get caught up with that foolishness that you have to wait for New Year. Oh, it's January the 1st. Oh, I'm a new man. I'm a new woman. Don't listen to none of that. New Year is just a normal day. Just a normal day. Just a normal day. So you don't need to wait for New Year's Day for anything. Everything can be done right now. in the now is where everything happens. So if you really to make your life happen, you need to learn how to act. You need to get yourself going, because in the end of the day, one day you're gonna wake up, 5 years is gone. When 5 years gone, what you gonna tell and say to yourself, oh my God. Now let's say you're 20 years old. 5 years from now, you're 25. Oh, I'm only 25. I'm only 25. Before you realize it, you're 27. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm still young. I'm still young. Before you realize it, you're 29 years old and you're gonna be 30 in a couple weeks. Before you realize it, you're already in your 30s. Yeah, but it's good though. I'm still in my young 30s. Before you realize it, yeah, you're like 34. Then you hit that 35. Then you hit that 36. Oh my God, next year I'm 37. The next month you reach 38, 39, 40. Before you realize it, you're 45. Before you realize it, you're 50. And before you realize it, your life is done. Life was your making. Make it right.